Hey guys, TrilogyVenus here, and today I'm going to be talking about the current Pluto and Aquarius transit. So Pluto did make a brief entrance into Aquarius last year around March before it did a retrograde spin back into Capricorn. So it has been in Aquarius for the past 10 days or so, and it's going to be here until April before it does a backward spin, and then it'll be back in Capricorn. I want to say like towards the middle to the end of the year. So basically, people are going to be more focused on, their selves. Um, Aquarius does rule like social media and networking and things like that, but they don't really rule like close relationships. So I feel like people will be more focused on themselves. They may have like their very, very small group of friends that they feel like, they can be successful with. But for the most part, it's like as far as trying to, you know, include everybody and everything, it's like it'll be more so like focused on their self, letting go of things that, no longer serve them, toxic habits, toxic people, things like that. People will be more focused on kind of like the transformation of themselves. So, of course, if people are more focused on themselves instead of focusing on others, then I feel like people will have a better chance at succeeding if they are focused on themselves, working on their crafts, working on, gaining knowledge, things that help them succeed. Because me personally, I feel like Aquarius is like one of the more successful signs, if not the most successful. And I feel like it is because they are very self-focused. I don't really know any Aquariuses that, don't really have money because they are, they usually focus on, their assets and trying to do things that can make them successful and make sure that they have, longevity with their wealth and things like that. So I feel like people will be more focused on those type of things. The only problem with this is the people around you, may become very, I say jealous in a sense because Pluto does rule jealousy and envy and things like that. So the people around you who maybe you are used to, hanging on to or being around or trying to encourage or trying to do this, trying to do that, those are the people that will feel like, some type of jealousy, some type of envy in regards to you because they will be able to see that you're focusing on yourself and you're no longer trying to include them or trying to, but it's not in a negative sense. It's not really like you're doing it on purpose. It's just like you know where you're trying to go, and so you just focus on yourself, and everybody can't handle that or everybody can't understand that. So you'll start to see like people's jealousy come out, in regards to you trying to focus on yourself and things like that. Like I said, it's not a negative thing, but if that does come out within people, then those were not your people anyways. Aquarius, like I said, is all about finding like a close friend group that's for you, that's willing to help you be successful, that's going to support you. Because Aquarius energy can really do everything on their own, really, but it does rule networking and things like that. So people tend to just kind of gravitate towards them just because they do have an eccentric type of energy. They are very smart. They do have a lot of knowledge. They are very helpful people because, of course, like if you're smart, you know a lot of things, you can give knowledge to others. So people do tend to gravitate towards them, but they can really do a lot of things on their own. But Pluto is currently at the 0 degree, which is the most potent degree because it's not affected by any, numbers represent, signs. So it's not like having the influence of another sign. It's just straight, Pluto in Aquarius with no additional energies. On top of that, the sun is also in Aquarius. So this is like the time where you will see like the most potent of the Aquarius energy. You would see it the most potent because both, the sun illuminates whatever it touches. So it's like you can see a lot of things. So you probably already noticed, different people acting a certain type of way, or just you may have felt a type of way within yourself that you're like, okay, I'm no longer tolerating this, I'm no longer tolerating that. I'm just going to focus on myself and things like that. And you may have had people around you that have kind of been like acting a little funny because they like, they don't understand, but it's just more so about, you know what I'm saying? You can't take everybody with you, especially people that are not trying to like better themselves. So it's just like, okay, you just focus on yourself. That's just, what everybody will kind of be focused on right now. Not just that, but you may find yourself being attracted to different type of people than what you're used to. So maybe you're, used to a specific type, specific body type, specific background, just a specific type of person, and you may find yourself like attracted to a different type of person. You might find yourself into things that you weren't usually into. Like we'll probably see a rise in astrology, like people being more interested in it, just because, people will be wanting to know things or know people and things like that that they're not used to. They would like to, experience that because it'll feel more intriguing. Pluto is also the planet of obsession. So, people can find themselves obsessed with things that they feel like are different than what they are used to. And so, you will definitely find people like trying to learn new things that, they probably never thought about learning before. But back to like the jealousy and the envy in regards to Pluto, because I feel like that's going to be a major, major thing, in the upcoming years and things like that. Aquarius is a very influential energy. So it can already bring like a lot of love, of course, but it can also bring a lot of hate as well. Just because people don't, they envy what they don't understand. And I feel like Aquariuses can be very misunderstood because they are so, introverted sometimes where they don't, let people just really get close to them. The thing about it though is Pluto is a planet of secrets. So I feel like Pluto will be kind of revealing things about people that maybe they didn't want people to know. But see, Aquarius energy is all about kind of like living in your truth, kind of accepting who you are and things like that. So it could easily be like things come out about people and they're just like, oh well, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, it is what it is. This is who I am. You either take it or leave it, because Aquariuses are very confident in that way. They just, they live in their truth most of the time and they don't really care kind of like what people think. They're like the rebel energy, they say, like in astrology and things like that. So it's kind of like if things are found out about people, it's just kind of like they're just going to expect people to accept it. And people most likely will, because it's like Pluto's in Aquarius. So it's kind of like they'll be kind of like obsessed with the energy or whatever it is that comes out. It can make people either really hate you or really love you. And I feel like the people that will really love you are the people that can relate to you. And of course, the people that, hate you for it, or people that don't understand it, or they don't, or they judge you for it, or they're afraid to live in their own truth and things like that. So, of course, they'll be looking at you like, in an uppity way or whatever. But for the most part, I feel like it'll be liberating for a lot of people. I feel like it'll be a change in social media, but not just social media, but just in general. All that, who has the best clothes and the best, the most money, showing all that on social media. I feel like that's very Capricorn energy, because Capricorn does rule the 10th house, which is all about status and things like that. Keeping up with the Joneses type of energy, that's very Capricornish. So I feel like we'll kind of be straying away from that. And we'll kind of be in an energy where like everybody's kind of equal. Like you're not looking at people, in a way of like, oh, they have the most money because they have the most name brand clothes on or whatever, or whatever that y'all be doing. And I say y'all because I do mean y'all. But if anything, it'll be more about like the person that's popular, or, things like that. It's gonna be who's the most, influential. Aquarius is very like humanitarian, so it's like people are gonna be like more intrigued by people who they feel like can really just change their lives based on like what they know and things like that. It's not going to be about like money and shit. Even though a lot of people do have the opportunity to become wealthy, just because Pluto and Aquarius, like I said, Aquarius does rule wealth. So we'll see like a lot of people kind of like becoming rich out of nowhere, or if not rich, whatever's rich to you. It doesn't have to actually be like rich. It can just be like, your money's better than it's been for a long time type of deal. But if you became wealthy, or, just made a lot of money or something during Capricorn season, and you did something ruthless or did things that were ruthless to, become wealthy. So if you have to step on a few people's heads or anything like that, Aquarius represents, karma, justice for the people. So, you may see your structures and your money making, avenues kind of go crumbling. It doesn't mean you can't rebuild, but it'll kind of be like you may have to take a L or two, but it just depends. Like I said, this might be like on a mini scale. Like it could be like specific people in your life. Maybe you did something to get money. Like maybe you borrowed money from somebody and never gave it back or something. Like it could be something really, really small, but it's just like you'll see justice, like, you know what I'm saying? Or those people will see justice in regards to you. So, that's a little FYI, because Aquarius does rule karma, and things like that. I mean, Capricorn does too, but, Aquarius is like, for the people type of energy. So, that's what you may see in regards to that. But overall, I feel like it's just a, interesting transit. I feel like it's like life as we know it will be totally different. But of course, we're not going to see it initially, but over time, it's like I feel like everything is just going to be looking very, very different. Especially like I say in regards to like friendships and relationships too. People might be more into unconventional type of relationships and situations and things like that. I feel like the idea of marriage might just go smooth up out the window, especially for a lot of people. That's not going to be like on the forefront of people's minds like that. Even like, we'll see like a rise in the LGBT community. People that have been in the closet probably will be coming out of the closet, because it's like they'll feel more like accepted, with this energy because people won't be so judgy. Like I said, initially, maybe they'll still be a little bit judgy, but over time, it'll become the norm. Because, like I said, Pluto represents transformation, so it might become the norm. Like if you see somebody that's LGBTQ, I'm not really sure of the acronym, but like you'll see them and you won't be like, oh, it's something, how people kind of be judgy about it. It'll be something that's normal. It's like, oh, okay, that's your preference. Okay, cool. Like, it's not going to be a big deal, like, how sometimes it is now, which I feel like is a good thing. I feel like people are supposed to love who they want to love. It doesn't matter about all of that, but, we'll definitely see a change in that. The people that don't accept it, I feel like it'll kind of be, I'm not going to say they're going to be outcasted, but it's kind of like, you know, Pluto is going to require you to change. It's going to require you to change. No matter how much you don't want to, it's like it's going to require you to change. And so it's like the people that will struggle the most with this energy are the people who will not want to change. So it's going to be the people who don't want to accept people that are different or don't want to accept people that, um, don't follow society norms and things like that. It's like those are the people that will struggle with this transit. Like, but the people who are like, okay, it's fine, especially people who already have Aquarius placements in their chart, it's kind of going to be like, not gonna say easy breezy, but it'll kind of be like a welcoming energy because it's kind of like it's something that they're used to because it's like, they have it in their chart, but it's like it'll be kind of like welcoming energy to see other people around them, kind of accepting things and, things like that. But like I said, I just feel like it's an overall good planet transit. I want to see what happens. I'm kind of like really on my edge of my seat because I know it's gonna be like super lit. I feel like so I just can't wait. But that's all I have for you guys, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.